Hi there. Over the next few days, I plan to make a series of videos showing some of the key differences between Python 2 and Python 3. In this first video of the series, I'm going to talk about the way printing is done in Python 2 and Python 3 uh, and the key differences. This is one of the very trivial changes from Python 2 to Python 3, but it is perhaps the most widely known replacement of the print object statement with the print object function. And one thing to note is that Python 2 allows the print statement with the parentheses as well. On the surface, it looks like the print function, but I will show you that there is a difference in behavior between those two. So here I have a Python 2 Jupyter notebook, and in this cell I'm going to run two print statements using Python 2. And when you run that, both of these ways of printing works, without and with the parentheses, and these are effectively the same, and these are print statements. Although you see parentheses here and a string object inside, it's not really a print function. You are not passing this argument to the function. It's simply enclosing the string object and giving it to the print statement. But in the case of Python 3, you have now a print function. This is actually a function, and whatever you want to print is passed to that function. In this case, this is a string object, and that object is passed to print, and that will print. So for example, let me remove that second print line, and you see that it is working. Now try the similar kind of print statement as in Python 2 without enclosing the object in the parentheses, and you will notice that it gives us a syntax error. It doesn't work anymore. So the key difference is you can use both with and without parentheses in Python 2, but not anymore in Python 3. You have to use the parentheses. And in Python 2, it is a statement. In Python 3, it is a function. Now, the second point about the method of printing is when you want to use the printing command multiple times, wanting to have the output in the same line. So here, for example, in Python 2, you have first print statement and a second statement separated by a comma and a semicolon. And when you execute these two lines, it will give you an output that's in the same line. On the other hand, on Python 3, you can also do the multiple printing with the output coming out in the same line. But in this case, you have to pass an extra argument with the keyword and a value of an empty string, indicating that there is no new line at the end of the print statement. So basically, you are passing two arguments to this print function, the first print function, and in the second print function, you are passing only one argument, one object. And if you execute that, then you again get our single line output. Regarding the key difference between Python 2 and Python 3, even if you are using parentheses, is that as I said earlier, one is the print statement in Python 2. The other one, the new one, is the print function, not a statement anymore, which the function requires some argument usually. So let me show you how these two are different, even if you are using parentheses in both cases. So first of all, I'm defining two objects, A and B. One is floating point number, the second is the integer number, and you have two more objects which are of type string, and you want to print all these four objects in Python 2. In that case, you would simply write print keyword and then list those objects separated by comma in between, and then you are now printing multiple objects with a single print line, print command. Now try enclosing all these four objects within the parentheses and notice how you get the output. What you get is a collection of four objects, which is basically a tuple object. It's a totally different object or type of object. I think you are familiar with it. It's called a tuple. You had done the same thing in Python 3 like I have done here. What you have done, you get is printing of all these four objects rather than a single tuple object. So this is now equivalent to this line in Python 2. And even if this looks exactly similar to this statement, the behavior of this one and that one is totally different. Here you are giving a single object to the print statement. Here you are passing four objects to the print function, and that's why you get different results out of that. So don't get confused with the existence of the parentheses around the objects being printed. What you have done here is effectively you have first of all created a new object, new type of object called a tuple object, and then giving that new single object to the printer segment. So that's the difference. Here in this case you have all four objects going into this function as individual objects, and then accordingly it is being printed. So that's the key difference in Python 2 and Python 3 printing methods, which are printing statement in Python 2 and in Python 3 it's a print function. So that's all about the difference in the way of printing in Python 2 and Python 3. I hope you got something out of this video, and I will try to make similar videos on other differences between Python 2 and Python 3. Thank you so much, and see you next time.